Recommendation systems decide what millions of people watch, listen to, and buy every single day. But how does a computer actually figure out what you like next? Hi, I'm Ishita, a student at IIT Delhi, and as a part of my personal project to build 50 things, I decided to find out. I downloaded the Movie Lens dataset, which had thousands of user ratings across thousands of movies, and built 6 different algorithms, each one better implemented. The simplest idea: just recommend the highest rated movies to everyone. But a movie rated 5 stars by 2 people shouldn't outrank a movie rated 4.8 by 300 people because the second rating is much more trustworthy. I used a Bayesian weighted average for this, which IMDb has been using for decades. It calculates a score that pulls low confidence ratings back toward the overall dataset average while giving full weight to movies with high volume. The problem was that it recommended the exact same list to every single user. Next, personalization. I represented every movie as a vector of 19 genre flags. My first instinct was to compare them using a dot product, which for binary vectors simply counts how many genres two movies share. But using dot product meant movies tagged with lots of genres naturally got inflated scores. What I actually cared about wasn't magnitude, but the angle between the vectors. So I switched to cosine similarity. By dividing the dot product by the magnitudes of both vectors, it isolates just the cosine of the angle between them. Now, if you like Toy Story, the system instantly finds the closest geometric matches. But it still lacked human nuance. A Pixar classic and a terrible sequel could score a perfect similarity just by sharing the same genre tags. I stopped describing movies and started describing people. In user based collaborative filtering, you are defined entirely by your rating history. I calculated the cosine similarity between users based only on the movies they both rated. Once I found your taste doppelgangers, I predicted your rating for a new movie using a weighted average. The problem here was scalability. Comparing every user against every other user doesn't scale to millions of people, and this algorithm doesn't work with brand new users. To fix scalability, I flipped the matrix. Instead of comparing users, I compared movies based on the people who rated them. Two movies became similar because the same people consistently liked both of them. This got hidden relationships that generic genre tags completely missed. Even better, movie profiles don't change dynamically every second, meaning these similarities could be computed once offline and reused instantly. This was my favorite part of the project, matrix factorization. Instead of comparing existing data, the model assumes every user and movie can be described by a small set of hidden numbers called latent factors. Nobody programs these factors, the algorithm invents them. It starts by assigning completely random vectors to every user and movie, then it loops through every real rating, predicts the score using a dot product, calculates the error, and uses gradient descent to tweak the vectors. The training loop ran across multiple epochs. Once trained, generating a recommendation is really fast, just a single dot product between your learned user vector and a movie's vector. Finally, I implemented neural collaborative filtering using PyTorch, passing the user and movie embeddings through a deep neural network to capture non-linear relationships. I hit some classic roadblocks. A high learning rate caused the optimizer to overshoot the minimum, making the loss function highly unstable. Lowering it fixed the stability, but training crawled. Even after precise tuning, this deep learning model never outperformed simpler matrix factorization. On a dataset that wasn't really huge, the extra complexity just led to overfitting. To tie it together, I built a fast API backend and a clean front end. You pick a few movies, select an algorithm, and see how wildly different architectures interpret your taste. The full code is linked below on my GitHub if you want to clone it and test it out. That's 3 projects down. Let me know if you have any idea for what I should build next.